What's good everyone, yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about Eternal Atake. And really, there are so many factors at play in the storyline of this album that when you take them all into consideration, it's pretty fucked the roller coaster that this album has had so far. And whilst I don't think that this rollout is the worst that we've ever seen, because Carter 5 does exist, but in terms of the newer generation of artists, think from maybe 2014 to 15 onwards, I really can't think of an album that has been plagued with so much drama like this one. It's rare that these newer artists will go 1 year without a new project, but we're on the brink of it being 2 years since Love is Rage 2, and it still feels like we are a ways away from getting it. So let's take a look at this rollout and see everything at play. And it began basically as soon as the album was announced to be titled Eternal Atake with this cover. The reference to the Heaven's Gate cult was unsurprisingly controversial, especially considering Uzi's public use of satanic lore. So right off the bat, this definitely rubs some people the wrong way. Then, to make matters worse, a rep of Heaven's Gate actually came out publicly and outlawed the cover for copyright issues, causing Uzi to have to switch up cover, which was pretty wild to see. Next we get onto the whole Atlantic, drama, canon, Uzi situation that is perpetuated into the standstill that seems to be going on right now. I've covered this pretty in depth in my other videos, and I feel that everyone is kind of familiar with the torn relationship between Uzi and his label at this point, but this ongoing saga fueled by all parties involved has undoubtedly fucked with the rollout massively, and the constant headlines that have come from their beef, and not to mention the Roc Nation sign-in and the whole Free Uzi movement, has added a whole other layer to this narrative that has made it even harder for fans to endure, as Uzi's label is seemingly holding him back from releasing music, or at least has done so in the past. And as fans of these artists, this is something we never like to see, because we feel like the label is mingling with the artist's artistic direction and really stopping the artist from having creative control, and it really just makes you feel uneasy watching the whole process unfold. And before we go on guys, just a reminder, if you haven't, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you aren't, turn on those notifications so you don't miss a video, and make sure to follow your boy on all social medias for more. Also, I am still running my Playboy Cardi merch giveaway to celebrate 30k subscribers. If you haven't entered, all you gotta do is head over to my Instagram, follow me, and tag someone in the comments of that photo. The link to that one is in the description. And I also just have dropped my whole lot of red Playboy Cardi inspired merch. The design was done by Wake Up Zuzi, and it's absolutely heat. If you're interested in copying one, the link is in the description also. But getting back to it. And then this leads to the odd tidbits of information and releases we've got since Love is Rage 2, which are scattered and lack any sort of cohesive direction. I'm gonna list off some of the key events just for some context. Firstly, to touch on other leaks, and even as little as 1 or 2 leaks can fuck up an artist's rollout, but when the leaks are some of your most highly anticipated songs that seem to leak again and again and again, it's undoubtedly gonna mess up your rollout, and to the public, as fans, it just makes you think and wonder what the hell is going on behind the scenes. Then we move on to Noob Attack, which we got out of nowhere, and for some reason, despite going gold, got no real push or video. We saw Uzi diss drama and canon multiple times in lyrics throughout various songs. Then we had the whole Bad Habits Nav situation, where Nav basically gave us confirmation that it was in fact drama and canon holding back Uzi releases, to be followed by drama saying that Uzi can drop his album anytime he wants. Then, in the midst of all this, we saw Uzi also announce his retirement, which definitely added an interesting twist to this whole process. And of course, not to mention, we had Rich Forever and Free Uzi more or less be leaked by Uzi himself. And then even more bizarrely, in recent news, we saw the 2 recent leaks, Money Keep Coming and That's a Rack, get repackaged as official releases. And this is odd because we haven't seen any other leaks get released officially, but it still feels as though we are as distant as ever from Eternal Atake, as Uzi made no real mention of the new songs at all. There is still no news on Eternal Atake from the label, and it seemed more or less that the label just wanted to get some streams off the leaks, then start an actual rollout. And taking everything I just said into account, it's a weird roller coaster to try to wrap your head around. And I think if you're watching this video, it means you're probably a pretty big Uzi fan, and you're pretty in the know and up to date with hip hop and Uzi in general. So although it's been a lengthy wait, it won't impact you too much, and you'll still probably suss the album when it drops. But I think the path this album has taken has for sure messed with the mainstream and casual fanbase of Uzis. This fanbase basically just gets the tidbits the very surface level information, and trying to piece together this whole process or stay up to date with the album would be even harder and more confusing to them. So I think at this point it runs the risk of that fanbase just losing interest in waiting for the album and ultimately alienating them from listening to it. And as I've said before, there's no way Uzi is gonna flop with Eternal Atake because there was just too much hype on the internet and Uzi's fanbase is pretty big. But I don't see this album breaking records or doing crazy out of this world numbers, because I really do think that this whole drawn out process has led to people just losing interest in the album. But that's all from me today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you aren't, follow your boy on all social medias for more, and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Also on screen right now are some of my other videos, make sure to check them out if you haven't.